was a rough morning getting here today. I slept in and just barely made it by 8:45. So, anyways, we are starting off this time in the back lot. Cars are still rolling in, and we're basically just gonna go see what we can find. So, we're gonna start off just walking the lines. So, basically, back lot sometimes gets like not the premier cars, but we're gonna see what we can find back here. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and a lot of people showed up. People are still rolling in, which is really cool. This Porsche is pretty sweet. Take a walk around this. Let's walk over here. All right, so there's a pretty sweet GMC over here. Let's swing around and take a peek at this. This is pretty sweet with the unique grill. I don't think this is OEM at all, but that looks really cool on this truck. Let's take a step back. Yeah, that thing is absolutely sick. So it's a GMC V8. Nice interior. Nice bed in the back here. Let's go back so we can get open. Pretty s- All right, we're gonna keep on moving on. So if you're just joining us, we are in the back lot. We just got here and we are just seeing what's back here. Nice Lotus. I actually haven't got to see one of these in person, so I'm gonna take a quick peek at this car. I think they really did a really good design on this on that mirror. I don't know. What do you guys think of Lotus? I think the Mira is probably their best design yet, and this is the supercharged Toyota six-cylinder on it, which is cool. And the cool thing about Lotus is, as you can see here, their arrow is actually active, like or not active, but real. Like you can see all the way to the tires, so it's actually flowing through and cooling off the tires and the brakes, which is absolutely sick. So, anyways, really cool car. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to try to make our way out of these back lots up to the front where the majority of the cars are. So, anyways, if you're just joining, we are at Cars and Coffee PDX. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and I slept in, so I didn't get a pre-walk the cars to see what's here. But um, everyone's gathering over here. I wonder what they're looking at. I don't know. Something, something's caught everyone's eye. All right, let's try to figure out what's going on here. This looks just like a Mercedes GT to me. Let's swing around the side. All right, yeah. We got a Mercedes GT. Looks like I don't know why everyone likes this so much. I don't know. Comment below. What's special about this that I don't know? It's drawing a bit of a crowd. I'm gonna circle around the back so we can see the back side of this car. But yeah, we're gonna cut through the bushes. All right, so just gonna have to cut through these bushes real fast. All right, hold on. Let's see. All right, here it is.
It's like it's like the car that I have in a little race car.
Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Let's see here. All right, so basically, video.
I'm waiting.
Get back. All right. So all of the excitement about this car is it's a GT Series Black Series, yeah, or something like that. Anyways, not sure, but people are loving it. Drew a crowd. Comment below if you know anything about this car. I can zoom up on the engine real quick, and we can kind of see more what's going on here.
Let's see what it looks like in the back.
Cool. All right, we're moving on. So, anyways, pe- people love that. All right. I don't know. I would totally drive this. This is the stuff that like personally I get excited about, which is I love wagons. And I don't know if you're like me, but I think the sport wagon is a car that should be way more utilized. So it looks like it's Mercedes Day today at Cars and Coffee. So Cars and Coffee will have a rotating like theme for cars. So they'll do Mustang Day, like Classic Day, and today looks like it is Mercedes featured day. So you're going to see a lot of Mercedes today. So what do you guys think of this? I personally love rotiform wheels, and I think these aero discs are really cool in this car personally. So those are just like plastic covers that pop off the wheels and you can change them out. So you can like change out the different discs or colors or like you could put decals on them and stuff. I'll try to get a better angle here, but these wheels personally I think look really good on this car. So that's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna keep going. Lots of G wagons today. So all right, we got another AMG right here. But here's something very special up ahead. This car I've seen at Cars and Coffee a couple times, I believe. But this this is absolutely stunning. All right, what do you guys think of this car? Comment below. Are you a Mercedes fan? Like these things go for a ton of money now. Like any vintage Mercedes is just absolutely insanely priced. So, all right. That's probably like one of the featured cars here today. Probably one of the rarest cars here. And I think look how small these wheels are. So look how I don't know, just like looks a little disproportionate to the car. But all right, we're gonna keep walking. This line, I'm not seeing too much. These are like a lot of just modern everyday sedans. So we will be swinging around to the left. So we've done one row of cars. Actually, if we look up ahead, there's another featured lot of probably like all the rare cars that showed up today. So we're gonna take a swing through these four cars. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not like a huge Mercedes guy, so I'm not gonna know what a lot of these are. So if you know like why these cars are rare or like why they're interesting, like comment below and I'll read your comments um and try to respond to what's up with these cars. So anyone, I don't know what this is, dude. I don't know about the two-tone either. Not my style. Two-tone paint, not my style. So we're gonna move past this and we're gonna check out the old cars because that's kind of what's more interesting to me. So this thing, that is like a crazy car. Absolutely wild. Let's check out the interior here. I don't know. That just screams class to me. But anyways, we swing around. We're gonna see another cool car. Gonna try to go off to the side here. So the yellow car is a GT, which honestly, for a while, I really wanted one of these. The prices came down on them a lot, and they are absolutely insanely fast because they have like I think it's called the Hot V or something. So it's like a V8 with like superchargers or turbos in the center of the V. And dude, they're super fast, but I just don't know if I want to deal with the maintenance on these cars. So let me step back so I can get a better view. But yeah, the color is absolutely insane on this car. I don't know what you would call this, but I'd call it um looks like a Chinese copy of a Maybach. I love that, dude. Very cool. I agree with that. All right. And then we're gonna swing over here. We got another old classic rare car. Is this a 300? I don't know. Anyone know if this is a 300? I can also just walk to the back and find out in a second, but this engine is absolutely insanely long. Looks like it's a inline six, I believe, but I could be wrong. All right. This is a 300 SL, so I was right. Cool. And let's take a peek at the interior here. This interior is absolutely wild. Just like I love the classic black, red, white combination here. All right. Any comments on this one before we leave? All right, we got another row of Mercedes behind me, so we're gonna swing around. Yeah. So basically, this is Cars and Coffee, and it's Mercedes Day. So yeah, basically today is a Mercedes car show. So yeah. uh, So Cars and Coffee basically just they'll swap out like the main events or like the theme of each weekend because Cars and Coffee happens every weekend all year round from where I live. So I'm over here in Portland, and yeah, so today's Mercedes Day. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of Mercedes, but the next lot over next to me is like just the normal cars. So once we walk through this last lot here, um we won't like be looking at only Mercedes. But yeah, today is totally Mercedes Day. But personally, like I said before, Mercedes wagons are, in my opinion, really cool. And I would love to have an AMG wagon just because I feel like it's the ultimate like sleeper car where you could drive it every day and no one's gonna be not everybody's gonna know like that you're driving like a really fast car and it's super practical. So all right, let's just keep walking. All right, this is cool. I love the paint on this one, and this is a wagon. So I don't know. This is kind of like what I'm talking about. This is something I would love to drive every day. Like this is kind of like the pinnacle of Mercedes to me. It's like the ultimate dad mobile. Like you can put the kids in the back, you can have the family with you, you can go get groceries, and you're still gonna have like a super cool fast car. Let's take it back and look at this back end here. Oh, good. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. I think that's I think this is so cool. It's like your ultimate like sleeper. Yeah, it's a Mercedes CLS 63 AMG. Yeah. And so this is to me, this is the pinnacle of like modern Mercedes. I mean, you can like agree or disagree, but I just think like their wagons are like the defining factor between them and everything else. And if we look over here, here's another really cool one. Also, um 63S. So this is like an E or whatever. Don't know the difference. Not a big Mercedes guy, but the paint on this is absolutely cool. It's like a flat blue. Yeah. So let's take a peek in here. Cool. Let's keep walking down this line of cars and see if there's anything else. This is weird to me, dude. Anyone know what this is? But this front end is like so rounded. Like it must be like a hybrid or electric electric of something. Sorry. Oh, you can I'm not trying. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I lost it for a second, everyone. Let's sorry. Just got walked up. All right. So that concludes the Mercedes side of it. So now we're gonna go walk the other lots, which we're gonna see like more of the standard cars that show up to Cars and Coffee. So this is gonna be everything. And we'll see what we can find, if we can find anything wild or crazy. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see some of the classic old school Mercedes. But all right, here we go. Another lot. All right, we're gonna start down the right side here and then we'll swing back to the left. And then we'll just keep walking down. All right, this dude, this is the stuff that I love that shows up at Cars and Coffee, like this totally crazy, like PT Cruiser panel wagon. This thing is this is just something you don't see every day. So let's take a look at this because it's absolutely kind of ridiculous, which I love. I love when people do this stuff. Let's see. It says, oh, this is like a body work car. So this is like probably like a company car, but definitely definitely an attention getter. Let's try to get a better shot at this thing. Yeah, I've never seen like a tricked out car like this. Like what is this? It says SS on the side. So I don't know what that is. Uh all right, we're gonna keep going. Check it out. Like if you see a car you want me to like stop at and look at a little closer, like give a shout out in the chat below. Just tell you, hey, I want to see that. All right, here's a GTX. This is super cool American muscle car. Very, very neat, very clean. Let's take a peek at that for a second. All right, we're gonna keep rolling down here. This is absolutely stunning. Dude, look at the color on this. Like the screen is wild. So this is a what year is this? It's a 302, 1965 with a 302 in it. It's a very clean car. It's like beautifully restored. Let's take a peek. Really cool interior. Let's see what they got going on in the trunk. Just some cleaning, extra wheels. Oh, dude. There's a super cool car behind me. We're gonna finish off this row so we can go see that car. And sorry. All right, here's a little EMG, GMC or what? No, I can't even talk, man. All right, we're gonna swing around. We're gonna swing around to the other lot, and I just saw something really neat that I want to go take a peek at. So what we're gonna do is go down the left side now. So let's swing the camera around. All right. So we got Austin Healy here. I've always wondered what all these badges on the front of Austin Healy's and like the old British cars mean. Like if anyone knows like what the purpose of all these badges are, just like comment below because I've always been curious. So let's swing around. Dude, that's an engine right there. Dude, check that out. That's that's some money. Very cool. All right, so we're gonna keep swinging. We're almost to the car I want to look at, which is right up here. So I'm like a huge BMW fan, and this looks absolutely super clean to me. So everyone, you gotta love an E30 in my opinion, and this one is clean. And love the just like the small touches with the Euro license plate, like headlight covers, the clean red paint, and dude, these wheels are nice. They're like they're definitely they look like definitely aftermarket, and they have this like nice lip on the wheel. So let's just take a step back and try to get a better angle on this so people like can appreciate how clean this is. But dude, I remember in high school, these were like cheap back in the day. Like you could buy E30s. They weren't popular. You could buy them for like under $5,000 with low miles, and now they're just now they're a collector card. You can't hardly find a good one for a good price anymore, but that's just how it is. So, all right, here we got a Dotston. Oh, I've seen this car before. This is a really clean build. They swapped out the engine for like a Cobra V8, which is absolutely wild. So, all right, let's keep seeing what we can find. We got still like another two lots of cars to look at, which is cool. And then down this one, got a nice Mustang. And then we have a cool Firebird up here. This Pontiac Firebird's actually super nice. Like, this is a car that I don't see very often, and I don't see very often, like, in this condition either, like, fully restored and looking nice. Alright, what do you get? What any thoughts on this one? Super clean, super nice? Alright, cool. Keeping we're moving down. Keep it on going. Now we're just looking at some Toyotas, the indestructible car, which is pretty sweet, and we're going to wrap around.
Remember, but when you and I went.
Alright, we got 2 more lots 2 more lots to walk down on this side, and so these are typically, like, the people that show up early with the nicer cars, and, oh, dude, I see another nice E30 down there, so we're definitely gonna be looking at that. So, alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start down the right side again, and like I said, man, if you want me to pause and take extra time looking at something, just comment below, and I'll take a peek at it, but I've seen this car before, and it's pretty sweet. It's like a Stingray that someone's taken the time to, like, modernize a bit, which is pretty cool, and because I personally always loved I'm not a big Corvette guy, but, like, the Stingray is absolutely, probably, in my opinion, like, one of their best designed cars because I like the giant fenders. I think it's a great look. So, alright, let's keep going. Alright, what is this? I don't know what this is. Anyone know what this is? I don't know. We're gonna keep dude, check this out. That is insane. Dude, this is like it's a Volvo of some sort, but man, it looks like an adventure wagon that you would like see people back in the day go on like safaris on or something. This thing is absolutely insane. I've never seen this ever. I've never even seen a picture of this. Any, anyone anyone like a big Volvo person like know what this is? Is this like Indiana Jones safari vehicle? It's kind of what it looks like. Let's take a closer look up in the seats. Oh yeah, this has got to be some crazy adventure because it's got like storage in the back. Let's take a look at the back here. And then here's all the places that this car's been to. Absolutely wild. And then, all right, let's keep walking down. So another Stingray, super clean. Then we have a Porsche in like a interesting color. It's like a brown stone green. That's what I describe it. I just saw a really cool S10 drag truck we're gonna have to swing by. Uh, all right, we're gonna swing around here because I'm not seeing much at the end of this lot. So we're gonna swing and go up the left side of these cars now and see what is over there. I'm gonna start here. So nice M2. All right. All right, we're gonna circle back up to like a cool car. So all right, we're gonna skip some of that stuff. We're gonna just cut up here and this is a car I had and I absolutely loved. So this is like a BMW 5 Series, right? But this looks like it looks like an M5 with a bumper on. And I had the M. I did not have an M. What am I saying? I had a 540i with a 6-speed manual, and it was great. I love that car, but it got horrible gas mileage, and so I had to get rid of it. But dude, this isn't. I know we got to spot the E30s, and I like these wheels. I don't know what your opinion of these wheels are, but I like the I like the deep dish white wheels on this. It looks great. And then the other thing is like the E30s with the convertibles. I feel like don't get as much love as they deserve because dude, this one's clean too. It's got like great. The interior still looks good, but I think these are probably like underutilized because they're convertibles and people always want to go for the coupes. But I think if you can pick up a E30 convertible, like you should do it. I would in a heartbeat. So, all right, let's keep going. Sorry about the camera, dude. It's getting a little wonky. I got go. So, all right, we got the M2 rolling out by us. So the crazy thing about this Cars and Coffee is that like everyone shows up right at like 8 o'clock. And then what is it? It's like 9 o'clock over here right now. And people just start rolling out. So this event goes by quick. So that's why if you like sleep in like I did, like sometimes you can miss it. So which is a bummer. But so yeah, the people are already starting to leave, which is crazy. This is like show up, drink a coffee, roll out. Uh, dude, this lot over here, this is the final lot I'm gonna walk through, and this lot has some cool cars already. I kind of want to start down the left side over here. So we're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna go down the left side and then walk back up the right side. But dude, this is what a 300ZX. And dude, this is clean. Holy cow. Someone's put a lot of money and time into this car. And here, I'm gonna get a better angle at this, but yeah, this person loves their car because they have the "Look, Don't Touch" sticker on their car, but probably because they spent a lot of time restoring and painting this car. And then look at the exhaust coming out the back, that's insane. Yeah, I love the 300ZX, and I dude, they're, like, never in this nice of condition, to be honest. I feel like this car back in the day was, or even currently, was kinda like a ahead of its time from a, like, mechanical standpoint, and so I feel like they were maybe a little hard to maintain, and so people didn't maintain them, and I feel like that's why they kind of got left behind. And then check this out, a purple Datsun with the fender mirrors, pretty sweet, and some nice wheels. All right, we're gonna swing around. This guy's pulling out, which is probably pretty cool. We got a Buick. All right. All right, we're gonna come back over here. Sorry. We're gonna stick with the plan. We're gonna go up the left side. Just a Volkswagen GT, nice S2000. And then, yeah, everyone's starting to leave. We got some Datsun, Nissans rolling out. We got the classic Miata rolling out. Yeah, we're gonna hop over to the right side because the left side, as you can see, is kind of empty now. And so we're going to hop over to the right side of the lot, walk up this side, and then I'm going back to my car, and that's gonna conclude today's cars and coffee. So, but there's still a couple cool cars I want to show you. Mostly, I want to show you this cool. I think I've seen this truck here before, and it's an S10 that someone's put like a ton of money into. And it's basically like a little drag truck, which is insane. But you have to like see the engine in here, which is absolutely wild for how small this truck is. And then if we go down the side of it, check out these tires. Sorry. All right, check out how I wish I could get a better angle at this, but yeah, this guy's just put a ton of work in too. You can see by the fender wheels like how deep those rear tires are, which is super wild. So, anyways, we're gonna keep going. And there's one more cool car that I'm gonna swing up and show you up here, which is I've been seeing a lot of people doing these kits to their C8s. And I don't know. Comment below what your opinion of this is. Um, Comment below what your opinion of this is. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Lamborghini Diablo has exactly the same headlights as the BTW. Okay, nice. Um, Dude, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you rock the Lambo doors or the scissor doors or whatever you want to call them on a C8? I think it's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. I wonder how hard that is to install on the C8, but it definitely gives it a lot of personality, is what I would call it. So, car with personality. All right, we're gonna keep rolling. So, another 5 Series shout out. This is what my 5 Series looked like back in the day. Like the paint was peeling and just old old car. But those are great cars, absolutely insanely good. And then just a nice little Porsche with I love the interior. This is like a brown orange. I forget what they call that color, but it's great. So, and then we got Datsun 280Z, which is pretty sick. And then this truck over here, when we were walking by it on the lot earlier, it was completely like surrounded, so I didn't stop at it. But we're gonna take a quick like full walk around of this because this is the stuff I personally like, which is just like someone's building a vehicle and you can see like the time and energy that they're putting into like creating something unique, which this is definitely unique and a work in progress, or maybe this is the final stage, but it looks super sick. And then the classic side pullers for that. All right, we're gonna swing around. Sorry. Oh, camera's going crazy. Sorry, sorry, sorry. There we go. We're gonna watch this guy pull up. All right. I have to let those cars go by. All right, we do have some cool cars in the back lot. All right, so we are gonna keep going because normally the back lots don't get as much cool stuff because these are like the people that show up late. And apparently there's like a correlation between you showing up on time and how cool your car is and you showing up late and how special your car is. I'm a late shower upper, to be clear. I park in the back lot because my car is not the one I drive here is not super special, but um here we go. Let's check out what we got back here. So BMW M3, early 2000s. They did this is like I believe this is a car yeah, so this is a carbon fiber hood, and then they painted it as you can see, like, you can see. So, this is actually painted over carbon fiber, so the whole hood's carbon fiber, and then the vents are just left unpainted, and then we got a track setup S2000, which is pretty cool, super great, and then we got a SRT, which I see those all the time, so alright, let's keep walking. All right, so we in the very back here looks like is more of the cool cars for this section. So we're gonna skip a bunch of stuff and go straight to that. But oh my gosh, dude, no way. I have to give this a shout out. So like 10 points to anyone who comments what they if they know what this is. So this car, dude, this car, this is my wife's first car, which is it's a Chevy Chevette, and oh my gosh, it's so funny to see these. But this guy's like put a huge engine in it. This is not the engine a Chevy Chevette came with, or maybe it is. Never mind. Is that a V8? That looks like a V8. But so my wife had the a Chevy Chevette in high school, and it was a four-door. And dude, that car like maxed out at 80, felt like a death trap. The hood was held down with a bungee strap. It was crazy, but I've always wanted to like find a four-door Chevy Chevette and then basically kind of like mod it out and make it really cool and then just have something fun for us to drive in that like no one has or cares about. So, anyways, so here's the back lots. We're gonna just walk down this line of cars and check out what we got. And then we got like over here. Oh my gosh, my camera. Sorry about that. Dude, we got a Nissan. Man, my brain is going. Shout out to Black Rifle Coffee. Oh man, love that. Love that company. So anyways, let's swing over here. And then we got an MR2, which dude, just look at the size comparison of like the X5 here and the MR2. Like the MR2 is an absolutely teeny car. Like, dude, MR2, X5, MR2, X5. Crazy. All right. And then we're walking through here. This M3 up here has like the deepest dish wheels you're ever gonna see. Like I'm gonna walk up and so we can see how close. Like just like look at these wheels. It's absolutely crazy. So all right, let's swing through. All right. We got some Porsches. We got a GT. All right. All right, everyone. And then we got a GT4 RS. This is probably like one of the cooler cars that I saw back here. C- dude, if you guys ever have the experience to go down to Vegas and do a track day, it's totally worth it. You can rent like supercars and take them on the track. And the point of that story is I went down there, did it, and I got to drive a Porsche GT4. I don't think it was like the RS version, But so I basically got to drive this a version of this car on the track, and it was such a blast. And it was like such a good memory, and it wasn't crazy expensive. It was like expensive, but it wasn't crazy expensive, and it was totally worth it. I would say like that's like the one fun thing to do in Vegas, in my opinion, is go do the supercar rental on the track and just like full send cars that you'll like not gonna drive a lot or ever. So, and then, all right, this is going probably to be the final car that I'm gonna show you, which is um, a modded out little mini, which is pretty sweet. Like it's like the small car day apparently. But anyways, all right, everyone's leaving. That was Cars and Coffee. Subscribe if you want to see cool cars, if you want to see more live streams of Cars and Coffee here in Portland. And that basically concludes it. So, everyone, have a great day.